Have everybody stand, and Dave's gonna lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to start our meeting.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody.
I wrote
So I wanna go from table to table.
Sure.
I wanna go from table to table and see who we got for guests today. Marisa, no guests. Amy?
I have a guest. I have my dad, Don Servier, a member of the Rotary Club in Newport. He joined the year I was born, so that was 50 years ago. Welcome, Don.
It was before she was born.
Yeah, right. They wrote to me in the 4th of July parade, and I was born June 24th.
I raised another good Rotarian. Thank you. Let's see. Laura's kind of at a table of her own. She's got her guest.
This is Meadow Jones.
Welcome, Meadow.
She's our new mascot.
I really appreciate that you don't have to buy lunch. Brought her own.
I don't know, Dana. You may have to have a cage match for who's the mascot.
I said, why you doing?
We got to throw it right.
Guests at this table, we've got Maureen, who's our inbound exchange student at Mark's table. Marina?
I have our students of the month, Lydon, Clifford, and Sonora Van Diest, and I have Lydon's parents, Lissy and Kevin Clifford.
Welcome. Well, thank you, everybody. I just want to say good afternoon to our guests and members and our visiting Rotarian. Thank you so much for being here, Don. It's a pleasure to welcome all of you to our February 26th regular meeting. And it's great to see everyone. I also wanted to say it was really great for everybody who made it to the social on Tuesday. I'd say we had 20 people, and we all had a good time. And it was a great kind of little, for those who made it to the basketball game too, it was a great little pre-party there at the Allred. And then to go watch the Newport High School boys basketball team win a conference championship.
Right.
I mean, while the first quarter looked like an NBA game at like 23-21 score, the rest of the game, Newport just throttled Falmouth on defense. And they played excellent ball. And they will enter the state tournament as either number 1 or 2 in state ranking. So they've got at least what's that?
They let them know since the day they were won.
Yeah, but it's not done. So the final rankings won't come out. There's a lot of teams still playing, but I'm pretty optimistic too. They'll stay at number 1, but it's a weird mathematical formula. The second place team in a conference is the number 2 team in state right now, which seems weird that they cannot win their conference. It's a weird mathematical thing. But it was also great to see everybody at the Seafood and Wine Festival, whether you were on the green team volunteering at a booth, or just there and contributing to a great festival, and also helping out our supporting our local vineyards and businesses. So we had a great time with that, and it was hard doing the green team without Amy there bossing us around. But we really appreciate that she was up at the president-elect learning seminar in Seattle. And so that everybody knows she wasn't just taking a vacation. I had to do that the year before. It's a 4-day training, while the two edge days are half-day travel day type things. The 2 days in the middle that are sandwiched are from 8 to 10. But it's really great. And I say that not to discourage people from doing it, but to say that if you go into the leadership roles in the club, there's great support. This is not just the district, this is the region. You get to hang out with people from all over Canada. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many clubs. Hundreds.
700 people.
Yeah, and almost all of them are president-elect, so like one person from the club. So it's a huge number of people, and it's a great way, great training. it's like wall-to-wall training, and they really get you prepared. And one thing you learn is how little you know, and how much there is to know, and it's great. So
Can I ask a question, Amy, are they all from like the Pacific Northwest or all over the United States?
It was Alaska, Canada, Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and Northern California. So,
I'll repeat it. It was Alaska, Canada, Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and Northern California. It was very, very inspiring, but man, a lot of information and a lot of things we want to do and just prioritizing things, but our club is doing really good. I'll just say that, like, I feel really good going through a lot of seminars and talking with a lot of different president-elects, and we're doing awesome. So I was really proud.
I can echo that. That was one of the things that I realized, whether it be from a urban club, who has, a lot of members and money and things like that, to a very rural club. We don't really qualify as either of those in my mind, compared to if you talk to people from a true rural part of Canada, or Alaska, because there's clubs everywhere, not just in the cities. But overall, the way we do, the way we're organized, the amount of people we have, being really active, it made you really proud of our club, because what some of the other clubs struggle with, and there were questions about how do we do this or that, and I'm just kind of like, well, we do this, and they're like, well, how'd you come up with that? And I was like, my guess is somebody came up with that 25, 30 years ago, and I'm just the beneficiary of it, so it's really great to have our foundation. But a special thanks again to Amy for doing that. And it's a big commitment. And Rob has to be by himself for days, which I'm sure. Special thanks to our greeters, David and Marshall. I felt very welcome today. David and Marshall, you guys set the bar pretty high there for greeters. For the food setup, the meal service that Tanya and probably her mom were involved with again today. And John for our IT support, and Julia, sorry. It's great to see everyone and extend a warm greeting to our newcomers and guests. We're excited today to have our February Students of the Month, Lydon and Sonora, and for our presentations today. So I want to get right into that. So if you please join me in welcoming Lena to do the introductions of our February Students of the Month.
All right, good afternoon. Our first student is Lydon Clifford of Newport, Oregon. He's part of our National Honor Society, is an avid tutor. He has led group rides for the Newport Trail Stewards, the Newts, and has volunteered over 80 hours at our 21st Century program, which serves students in grade kindergarten through 5th grade. After school, he plans to go into the dental industry. And a fun fact about Lydon is he has been to 32 of the 50 states already. So please welcome Lydon.
Hey, my name's Lydon. Today I kind of want to tell a story about how a decision my mom made. Oh, okay. I'd like to talk about a decision that my mom made for me over the summer during COVID that kind of just changed my life. During COVID, I kind of like sat on my butt and played video games all day. Like that was my life. And then one day there was this opportunity to join the Newport mountain bike team. And I was really nervous too. My mom said, you should go to that meeting or no games for the rest of the week or for the rest of the summer. So automatically that's kind of like a incentive, like, yeah, I kind of want to have something to do over the summer. But so I went and I ended up joining the team. I saw a lot of people I knew and it did change my life a ton. The photo you see up right now is probably the hardest season I had. I had just come off a leg injury where I wasn't walking for about a month. And I did end up competing in state that year. So yeah. So this wasn't just like a sport like any other I had seen. It's not just like you're not just there with your team, it's like a whole community. And like it's different than anything else I had seen. Originally, when I first joined the team, I thought I was just riding in the woods, which it really isn't. It's like once you join the team, you have this whole community backing you, and you kind of just get this like sense of confidence that you have some people to go back to, no matter where you are in the world.
Just to be fair, on the very left, is that the left side?
Yeah.
Yeah, the left side was a great photo of him in the air on a bike. Every time I downloaded it, would not, it's probably illegal, something illegal, so. Anyway, it was a great photo of him on his bike, jumping, so it was amazing.
So this is a couple years ago, I had wrecked in a race, which happens, like injuries happen in every sport. But I still ended up podiuming that race, which I was pretty happy about. This sport kind of just taught me more resilience than anything. Like I wrecked fairly hard as you can see in that photo. And I did get back up and I finished the race and I placed third in my division, which I was pretty happy about. But it's like every time I got hit and knocked down, I just got back up. And like I just wanted to be on the bike as long as possible. And that's kind of been my goal from after like about my second season when I actually started taking it more seriously. So here you can see just kind of like there's me and one of my friends who doesn't actually ride that much on the left. I just took him to ride one day and he found it a ton of fun. And he loves the sport too. He just rides with me whenever he can. And then the photo in the middle is one of my closer friends who I met through the team. And he lives out in Florence, so I don't get to see him very often, but he was kind of like my driving motivation when the season got rough to like keep showing up to practices. And then in the other two, you can see the one at year one. That's our yearly Christmas ride where we go around and we'll sing Christmas carols and stuff. Just I think that year we had about 100 people show up to that ride. So I was pretty stoked about that. And then in the bottom right, you can see just right after one of our races, there's me and my friends standing in the blue jerseys. So yeah, it's just a whole community. And I'm forever thankful that my mom made me join the team.
Oh, yeah. Go if you want.
Any questions? Do you want to just share briefly what you're thinking of doing after high school?
So after high school, I'm planning on either going to Montana State University or Pacific University to get my undergraduate for dental, and then I plan to go into dental school.
Made you decide to go into dental?
So ever since I was a little kid, I've always kind of wanted to help people, and it's just been something that I've like wanted to do. But I never really wanted to be responsible for like somebody's life on my hands, if that makes sense. And so I kind of like just started like watching YouTube, and then a video came up about dental, which I just found more interesting than anything else. And then I found out that my great grandpa was actually a like dentist and stuff, and he wrote his own book.
I can tell you that might not see it as life saving, but it certainly be life changing.
Oh, yeah.
As it was an eye opener to me seeing pictures of my mom before she was like 25 when she got some dental work before. Never saw any pictures of her smiling or anything like that. It can be life changing. So
I have Matt up to tell the paper goals. How's that Dana horses? Thank you. All right, our next student is Sonora Van Diest. She placed second in the Rotary four-way speech contest, so some of you have got to see her speak before. She's won a creative writing award, has been athlete of the week twice. She's an outdoor school counselor, part of our daily team, National Honor Society officer, and she volunteers during the summer at Oregon Coast Aquarium. A fun fact about Sonora is she has over 200 pairs of earrings. Please welcome Sonora.
Right. Hello, everyone. I'm Sonora Diest, and I would like to talk about vulnerability and branching out into things that feel kind of uncomfortable sometimes. And so here you can see that I have a bunch of photos when I was actually pretty young, although maybe I look the same. I was fifth. I was actually a fifth grader in these photos. And this was my first ever time performing at the Performing Arts Center or in any kind of grand setting of like 200 people, you know. So it was a very intense moment for me. And so I wanted to talk about how when I first moved to Newport, Oregon, I was 8 years old, and something that inspired me to kind of fit into the community was to become a dancer. And so the first dance studio I went to, I only stayed for about a month before the instructor told me, you are not experienced enough. I'm going to send you to this person instead. And that already kind of took a toll on me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so intense. And it was ballet, so it was very strict. And I felt like, I don't know if I'm capable of doing these kinds of things, but I decided to go stick with it anyway. And so I met this amazing person, Rachel. She's in the middle. She has that gray, like that multicolored shirt. And she was just such an amazing person. She is the kindest. She's like a mom to me. And I danced with her for several years. And so this was 2 years into me dancing for her. And she had, at the time, so many students, so many talented people that I got to know. And I felt right at home. And I really want to just show my appreciation for her. And so I danced with her for several years. I don't remember what slide is after this, but I would like to see it. So I wanted to train. So this is kind of this next photo is a very pivotal part of my life. This was in my actually last year. I was at the Performing Arts Center again with a different studio. I joined Nancy Middleman's dance group last year. I only stayed with her that year because of scheduling conflicts this year. I couldn't go back there, but it was a very difficult time for me to transition, going from one person who felt like a mother to me to going over to Nancy. And the reason that it felt so hard was because my dance teacher had just moved away. She lives in Hawaii now, and she's living her best life, and I'm very jealous. But I basically felt so alone when I joined this new studio. I mean, I did have like 2 people that I did know from before that I danced with, but it had been so many years since we had last danced and interacted with each other. I was just like, I felt like the worst dancer in that group. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing because it was just a different style, and it just was such an intense setting of dance and much more rigorous than what I was used to. But it was important for me to keep moving forward and embrace everything that I've been working towards, which the next slide will show. Here is the Newport dance team. But actually, before this was actually when we were still a club. So this was actually in my sophomore year. So this was before I had joined Nancy's group. But we had my friend Sophie, I think she's in the middle. She decided to start up this club. And little did we know, we would become a brilliant dance team just the following year. And this was what our rehearsal for the talent show to kind of prove ourselves to the school. And it was terrifying, honestly. It was so scary being like, who are these people? What are they doing here right now? You know, it was like, wow. And so let's go to the next slide. And so then in my junior year, This is our first year as a team, and we got first place at the Philomath competition. Granted, we were only competing against one other team in our category, but it was kind of a big deal as our first year as a team. And we worked so hard, we put so much effort into this as a new group of people that all these other dancers had never seen before. And we went out and we proved ourselves. And you can see that even some of us have these little awards around our neck. And that's for drill down. It's kind of like an army style of like following commands. And it's really scary, but it's something that the dancers do. And then this is our second year as a team. And we are holding up a second place plaque for a contemporary category. We were going up against 5A schools at this competition, so it was kind of a big deal that we got to be able to place as high as we did against all these other incredible teams. And so it just kind of shows how much work we put into what we believe in. And let's go to the next slide. And so we are part of the community, not just in the dance community, but even here in Newport. We performed down at the Ripley's for a Christmas show, and I think that was just a really fun thing to include. And look at all of our little ugly sweaters. And then let's go to the next slide. Here we can see that we were actually and the quality is really bad, I apologize, but we're so much more than a team. We're kind of a family. And so this was during winter break. We were spending time at one of our friends out at the coach's house, and it was just really fun. We got to hang out and we did a gift exchange, and it just kind of shows how closely bonded and comfortable I feel now in the dance community compared to how uncomfortable I felt when I first moved to Newport. So let's go to the next one. I think is this the last slide?
It is.
All right, good. I hope I was good timing. I felt like I've been talking forever. So I wanted to kind of close this off with a big thank you to the Philomath dance team for being so supportive of Newport's dance team. Since they're right over there, you know, we've done two performances with them. We went over to their high school and performed a camp dance. We went to the same dance summer camp over the summer, and we learned a dance. And so we decided to perform it twice this year. And then this was at their competition, and we both were hanging out and spending great time with each other during the competition. And this is Sophie and I celebrating our senior night. And I cannot express how incredibly busy I have been this year, but I have still managed to pull through and stay committed as a captain for the Newport High School dance team. And I really want to give appreciation to everyone who's been able to support us and support all of the dancing community around Newport. So thank you guys.
Does anyone have any questions?
Oh yeah, next year I will be going to Oregon State University, and I will be, I got accepted to the Honors College, so I'm gonna try it out, and I will be studying fish, wildlife, and conservation sciences.
I just wanted to also give Sonora kudos because she reached out to me earlier this year because she is also the president of the environmental club. And so she had me come and speak about recycling, and she wants to get compost started at the high school. And so she takes a lot of initiative on that front and doing better for our environment.
Thank you. Yes, we're pushing off the project until next year, so we have more interest and over the summer, we'll hopefully be able to get more of that program figured out. So next year, unfortunately, it'll just be kind of a legacy thing for me, but I really look forward to seeing what they come up with next year.
And you can help us on the green team in the next year.
Right. Is that everyone? Yeah.
I just didn't want you having to go back.
That's it.
Sonora and Lydon, thank you so much for presenting today. One of the things that Rotary, you've been in a couple meetings, so you know what we do is one of our goals is to try to eradicate polio. Over the last 35 years, Rotary is, and all the clubs, not just us, but Rotary International has contributed more than $2 billion to protect nearly 3 billion children in trying to eradicate polio. And it's one of those things that goes back and forth a little bit at the tail end of it, but we're still trying to do that. And so we really appreciate you guys and the time you put into your presentation, and thanks for that. We're going to vaccinate 50 kids in each of your names.
Thank you so much.
So just one more second. I know, okay, come on over here. They're gonna need a picture, okay?
Over here?
Yeah. Oh, you've been on stage, you don't care. You will do. Right here, sorry. Thank you guys.
Thank you. I didn't know we got these.
There you go.
And Sonora, I just wanted to say that the Legacy Project, never feel bad about that. One of our other goals here, that one of our club's projects is cleaning up microplastics. We know we're not going to get that done next year, but if you don't start, you don't finish. So that first step and setting those first steps in place are so important for the future. The other thing I want to say about that is if the rest of the high school students are like my two little girls, there's plenty of food that can be composted. I've got about 30 or 40 extra pounds on me because I don't like to see the food go to waste. But if they just scrape the plates into the right place. And to be honest, again, I tried to explain this multiple times at the Seafood and Wine Festival to the people who would come up and say, why should I bother? What difference is it gonna make? I can't remember who was standing with me when we had this guy who was standing with me when we had the 80-year-old guy saying, this isn't my problem, why should I bother? And we're just trying to be polite, we're not gonna educate him, but if you just think about it from a completely economic, selfish perspective, disposing of trash is much more expensive than compost. So if you just think about your rates, your own bill, things like that, anything you can compost, it's better for you. If you just want to think about it that way.
Rob's gonna lower them pretty quick.
So again, thank you, Sonora. If all the high schools did that, if just all the schools in our district did that, I'd be curious of how many pounds it would be. We keep track for the seafood and wine, but if you guys kept track with that, I imagine it would be phenomenal how much food could be composted.
Newport Middle School is completely converted and we can tell you that
Right.
it's huge.
Yeah, I'm sure it's huge because it's every day. It's not just during the Seafood and Wine Festival. Really thank you for all that. I want to make some quick announcements. Just as a reminder, because I know everybody likes coming for Students of the Month. But next week is also kind of a double whammy because it's our four-way speech contest. So we get today with our Students of the Month. Next week is our four-way speech contest, kids. And to let you know, again, I think I might have already said it, but Diane did a great job of getting the word out. I think we had 11 contestants, so we're just seeing the finalists at our meeting. They're narrowing it down to 4 on the 5th, and so on the 6th. Wrong days. On the 4th is narrowing it down. We'll get the top 4 on the 5th. But again, just great that we have so many people participating. It's a really good job, and I just want to say thank you, Diana, for all the stuff. We still have the exchange student weekend. I don't know if, any update on that, Amy, with regards to what we need or?
We need a couple more families, but I have a couple asks out there, so, but if you would like to host, 3 to 4 students. And mainly it's just breakfast, and you have to get them to the church where we meet. We take care of the rest of the weekend, so, yeah.
And if you weren't able to transport, I have a van and I would transport from your house to church.
Awesome.
So I guess I really appreciate that, because sometimes it is a chipping
It
in,
is.
like you can do half of it, but you can't do the other half, so you're afraid to volunteer. So if you can do any part of it, let us know, and, or any day or anything. I'd rather not move the kids too much, but, I'm sure they would be happy with anything. And, in my experience, they're happy with couches, so.
Yep.
I wanted to mention, Laura Kimberly, our past president, brought up to me a reminder that April 30th, because I haven't been making this announcement, it wasn't, but it's coming up pretty quick. April 30th is going to be the Dia de los Niños at the library. Normally our club, Laura was very active, obviously being the director for the library and also our president, and making sure we were all aware of that. We got a lot of buy-in from our club and volunteering at that event. And I still think that, based on our areas of service and our focus and the fact that Laura is a great past president, we should be looking at getting volunteers for that. I'm getting a sign-up sheet from her and I will get that around to everybody. But again, that's April 30th. It's 4 to 6:30. It's basically handing out books to kids and families. It's a lot of fun. They're very appreciative, and it's not a big time commitment. There's different windows that you can sign up for too. You don't have to be there the whole time. But I will get that out, and so just have that in mind for April 30th if you're able to do it. Again, it's a great way to provide some service to our community. A reminder to keep on your calendar, the Mombet's Sister City visit, May 14th, and our District 51110 conference in Springfield, May 15th through 17th. So I want to open it up to other announcements. I kind of already did my thank yous for the social and the seafood and wine, but other announcement, Marshall.
Yeah, so quick announcement, I guess a pro bono for Rob, back office rates. They're still less than what they charge in the valley, and in the valley you can't get the compost, so happy customer. I just want to say to the Go Beavs table, Go Sharks. And here's why. Tuesday night, Lincoln County School District and Oregon Coast Community College announced at a joint board meeting. As you know, we have a North County Center, a Central County Center, which is here in Newport, and we have a South County Center. And we are now going to be opening an East County Center in Toledo. And that is because of the partnership with Lincoln County School District. We will be using one of the buildings at the old Arcadia School to open that, so that we can offer the same kinds of classes and curriculum and opportunities on the east side as we do north and south and central. So very proud of that. You'll all be getting an invitation to the ribbon cutting when that happens, and we will not be going west because that's the ocean.
I'm glad you got the Arcadia building. Worried about if that got purchased by a larger.
It did not get purchased. It's
All right.
still owned by the school district.
Right, but I was afraid it might get moved to the federal government for other purposes. It was close. Other announcements?
Marshall, don't you have a fundraiser coming up in March?
I'm ashamed. March 14th, Pearls of Wisdom. Hope to see you all there. Remember, all money that we raise goes directly to students for scholarships. Those are the people that we see coming here. Okay, that's our community. The money stays here, so please come. March 14th. It's at our central campus, and you want to come this year because we're having an actual special event, Wine with the President. So please come.
And Marshall, before you I was gonna say, before you lose it, though, but, just if you could just tell me and I'll announce, there's still seats available. I knew it was getting close to sold out.
I want to welcome you all to the Marshall Road Show. It's good to have you all. Yes, there's no seats available, so please contact us. Go on our website and there's a link that you can purchase tickets.
Thank you.
Or a table if you'd like. We also have a job fair. Job fair is on the 13th, and that is also at Central Campus. The morning hours are for high schoolers and the afternoon hours are for the general public. 10 to 3. Thank you to my publicists. My hobby is working at Oregon Coast Community College.
Any other announcements anybody wants to make? So I will tell you that, I guess I told you the not knowing where the boys team's gonna be, they'll be, either one or two, I think, but I do know for sure. I don't know the time yet. I was trying to squeeze that out of Raina, but they won't know for a little while. That they will be playing on next Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday at home. They're guaranteed a home game. There's no doubt about that. So next Friday,
Red out.
red out, so wear red. I can tell you that, it was really cool. I grew up in a very active high school sports community. And so sometimes it's a little disappointing to me when we have a really good team in any sport, soccer, basketball, whatever, track, and there's not a whole lot of kids there. Boy, that game against Philomath on Tuesday, it was packed. There was standing room around the court. It was packed. It was crazy. I mean, obviously because Philomath is close to, and we were both tied. I mean, they had the conference championship trophy available at the game for whoever won it between the two teams.
They cut the net too.
Yeah, they cut the net. Yeah, well, we don't get conference championships terribly often in our conference. You got Cascade,
Yeah.
Staten, Philomath,
Yeah.
and sometimes Sisters, North Marion. I mean, it's a bunch of big schools that focus on sports. I mean, I went to Cascade basketball camps from the time I was like in 6th grade. They take it very serious and they recruit. So winning a conference championship's a big deal. And it'll be packed Friday. It'll be a lot of fun. If you want to see a lot of kids, they have a chance. They usually don't at games. They had a lot of fun. They invited the Newport Middle School band to join the high school band. So it was 50 people in the band. So it was really loud. It was fun.
Don't forget wrestling.
Yes, state championship, in wrestling.
6 Cubs,
Yeah,
Six.
6.
Super flats.
Where's that?
Portland,
It's in Portland. I can't remember. Is that Sean?
Memorial Coliseum.
Oh, at the Memorial. Great. Thanks, Marshall. And the other announcement I wanted to make real quick, was, I know a lot of people can't make it during the day and it'll be tough for me running back and forth, but on next Thursday, just a kind of announcement, I guess, for the community. That is the official ribbon cutting for the animal shelter, being the Lincoln County Animal Shelter, in Walport. But that's been a years and years and years process of even getting a place approved, a location, to getting it, buying property, getting it, architects, excavation, because of the stuff they did in Walport 50 years ago, of just filling in ravines with sand, which is the school there too, is on top of it. So it's been a long process. It's a beautiful facility, but it'll be open for walkthrough from the public if you guys want to go. I think the ribbon cutting is like at 10:30, 10 or 10:30. But that's, again, for people who don't know, that's like the first building that the county has constructed in like 40 years. So it was a big process for us, and it's a great kind of preemptive thing to the Lincoln County Commons for of getting that project going. Other announcements, Guy, did you have something?
He has the mic.
Right? It's kind of hard to say this, so I hope I don't break up when I'm doing it, but the whole reason I got this fall is pulmonary fibrosis, and the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation, a national organization, set up a Hill Day with our Congress people. And there's an act in Congress, the SOAR Act. And what I would ask is there's not a lot of us that have this. And something that's really, really life enriching when you do have it, from this gas tank to a liquid oxygen tank. Liquid oxygen is 860 times more dense than this gas. So you can imagine the mobility we would have if we could get liquid oxygen. That SOAR Act allows that. It's as simple, if you would consider it, get on any one of our Congress people, Ron Wyden, Jeff Berkeley, or Val Hoyle on their website, and it says a comment or something, if you could put in an advocate for the SOAR Act, and it would really help us, myself, and several of us. Turns out there was 3 of us here in Oregon that can meet on this day with our Congress people. So we're meeting with them on Wednesday, but I know everybody knows what numbers and what constituents mean for these kinds of acts. So if you would get on the website and just say you support them co-sponsoring the SOAR Act, that would really help. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I want to quickly open it up to happy bucks or any brag bucks. Anybody's got?
I have one thing. How many people have their pins on? Not the one on your land or anything. Yeah, keep your hands up. Okay, I'm gonna donate $1 to these people hands up. Because they have their pins on. So how many? Raise your hand.
It sounds like that, Mark, that
Raise your hand if you have your pin on your shirt. On your shirt.
just going to, and Dana, can the total number just go to to the local, to the happy bucks?
Whatever they want it to go, $1 to each person who has a pin.
Instead of one to a whole bunch of different things.
Okay, the ones that don't have one on, I'm starting a new program. It's called the Ruby Prize. I don't have it yet. But I learned it from the Olympics. I'm having withdrawals right now from that. But I will give you a clue. I will tell. You're gonna wear a shirt for 1 week. That will say something like, I have to wear this for a week, ask me why. And that's, we're gonna talk about Rotary with these people, so. So I wanna, so you guys gonna have to wear this. It could be a pink backpack. Oh, do I have to still? When you go to the store out and about. Only have to wear it when you go out.
Anna? Dawn wants the mic.
Okay.
I don't need the mic.
For our online, it's for our online people. We got 10 people online now, I'm sorry.
Oh. Hell,
Well, my happy bucks is just, I'm so proud. Ex-president of your club.
So are we. I'm thankful.
If you know her quite well, you better hang on.
Oh, yeah, believe me, I've had a lot of conversations since Blair graduated about you guys are sticking around. Don't go anywhere.
I'm also kind of proud of myself.
Just a little bit.
Is he your #1 son-in-law?
The other 2 aren't here.
No, my pops would always tell, you're my #1 son-in-law. He was the only one, so.
You're in the top 5, Rob, I guarantee. Any other happy bucks? It's my turn. So some people got the white box cookies. None of people in my office today, they brought me cookies for my birthday, but so I brought them here. Mine's Sunday, so it hasn't come up yet, but I'm $54 happy towards that. And I'll be $46 happy as my youngest. And so I'll try to explain what it is. She got accepted into University of Oregon a while ago, the honors college, but the other good side of that is she had to audition, and it's akin to making a sports team, to a Division I sports team, to make it not just into the music program at Oregon, but also to what's called the performance band, which means they, you know, they have to perform at all kinds of things, professional concerts, all kinds of stuff. And she auditioned, found out on, was it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before. She got accepted in as clarinet. And so it's kind of like football or anything like that, that we didn't think she had much of a chance, but they want you to apply anyways and audition. Because if you don't make it 1 year, you might make it your junior year or something like that. So kids keep doing it. So she's auditioning against juniors, seniors who've been trying to get in it for years. She got in out of Newport. We're very excited. She was very excited to get accepted for that.
Did she get NIL money?
No, but I am trying to find out if there is some kind of talent scholarship. There was talent scholarships at a lot of schools, so that they don't count it as like a sports scholarship against their budgets, but there are talent scholarships. And I thought she's gonna have to do 12 hours or 16 hours a week above classes and practices for the different performances. They ought to probably treat it like a part-time job.
Yes.
But that's why I was 54 and 46 months.
Any more happy bucks? Marshall, I know you do. You got something to say.
Right.
Yes.
You sound lucky.
I'll give $10 in happy bucks on behalf of your daughter for choosing the second best college in Oregon, second only to Oregon Coast Community College. So go Ducks.
I know what happens to ducks when they tangle with sharks. So with that, I will hand it over to Julia for membership incentive. Attendance was really great today, I'll say, with the 30, at least 30 in here, and I think 10 online.
Today's membership incentive is Tiana DeVries, and she's usually online, but today she is not. And so next week it'll be $10. And with all the chat about composting, please remember to not put your chip bags in the compost bin.
Yes.
All right, we have a social media winner today, and it's Dana Orr. And this week's 50/50 is worth $75 to the winner. Let's see. I want everybody to win today. I feel very
Tom's not
giving.
here, so.
I know, very giving today.
Christy,
fine.
So with that, if there's no last minute announcements, since we just did it, I'm sure there probably isn't. Our next regular lunch meeting is March 5th. So here at noon, and again, that's gonna be our 4-way speech contest, so come early, get a seat, it'll be fun. And there's probably gonna be more parents and stuff like that because of the 4 kids, so.